Okay, today is the 16th day of my weight loss journey, and today or this week I'm going to focus on eating better. Yesterday I had sugar-free pudding for dinner because I was really tired. So I'm going to try to focus on healthier, low-fat choices. And I'm not going to abandon any of the changes that worked. The first week I did gluten free, lost almost 3 pounds. The second week I did not eating between meals and snacks, like kind of tightening up my meals to a specific time because I used to play tricks with myself, which a lot of people do that are overweight. I mean, it's hard to really face where you're at. So anything that I ate, and it's embarrassing, I mean, because it's stupid, but I'm going to be honest about where I'm at. I'm sure a lot of you can relate. Anything that I ate between the time I got up to noon, I consider breakfast. Even if I ate breakfast at 9 and then ate again at 10 and had something at 11:30, that was all breakfast. I don't know what I was thinking, but hey, that's where I was. And the same for lunch. Anything I ate between noon and 5 was lunch. Even if I ate lunch at 12 and it had a little something at 2, I still considered that lunch. And same with dinner. Dinner was anything I ate between 5 o'clock and bedtime. And if I had a snack at bedtime, that was a snack, even if I might eat something at 9 when I usually go to bed. Well, before my surgery, I'm not sleeping very well. And then if I got up and had something else, that would be considered part of the snack. I don't even know what I was thinking, but like I said, I bet there's a lot of you that can relate because once again, you don't get to be 100 pounds overweight making good choices about eating all the time. You just don't. So this video blog is about being honest about where I'm at and making changes and letting people learn from my mistakes, my successes. So that's where I was at. And it was a challenge this week to stop that behavior. That's why I started taking pictures of everything I eat. I'm really honest. I don't eat anything without taking a picture and showing it on the video because, again, if nothing changes, nothing changes. If I go back to my old ways, I'm not going to lose weight. My old ways got me 100 pounds overweight. So I've got to change that. So I've got to be honest. And it does help me to do these video blogs because before I eat something, I'm thinking, do I really want to get on there and show this? Do I really want to eat this much? Do I really want to eat this often? Can I maybe not eat right now? Can I do something else to distract myself? I mean, I'm not starving myself, but I think some of it is just habits. If I'm really physically hungry, I go ahead and eat. But I found that it's more the habit of eating that I'm having between meals. So I did okay. I still lost my 2 pounds. So that's a total of 5. So this week I'm working on eating healthier. No more sugar-free pudding for dinner. I had good intentions when I started out, and I think I did okay today, but today was a really tiring day because I went to a store. A family member took me to a Middle Eastern store that I love to go to. I love their hummus, and that's been helping me a lot to eat their hummus with celery sticks and carrot sticks. I mean, it's a great, quick vegetable addition to a meal, and it's raw vegetables I can eat with it. And the hummus with the chickpeas and the garlic is tahini, which is sesame seed paste, pretty healthy. At least it is, especially when I eat it with raw celery and raw carrots. So I didn't do too bad today. I was really tired today and I had a lot of pain in my shoulder, and that's distracting. And, the old me would have kind of eaten to comfort myself from the pain, but I understand that eating gluten causes me to have inflammation and joint pain. And believe me, I don't need any more joint pain in my shoulder. I'm trying to heal from the surgery, and I had not only a completely ruptured rotator cuff, but I had a massive bone spur. I mean, that's the surgeon's words. And believe me, I feel that deep bone pain. I don't need any more pain in my joints. I'm in enough pain. I don't need my knees and my hips and my back to hurt any more than they do. So I really tried to do better today, but I was tired and I was kind of grumpy. So I didn't do too bad. I started out with breakfast. The Middle Eastern store makes really good falafel and hummus. So they sell a dinner of a dozen for $5, which is a really good deal. And they kind of make it fresh in front of you, so that was nice. So I don't know if you could see that little tub of sauce next to it. It's probably hard to see in this light, but right behind it in the styrofoam container is this little container of sauce. And I finished all the sauce, and then I had the last two with hummus. But anyway, I said it comes in a serving of a dozen. There's only 6. I split it with my daughter. It's a little heavy. Again, I had my gallbladder taken out in August, so I try not to eat really heavy fried foods, and they're delicious, but they're kind of heavy. So I split it with my daughter, only had 6. That was my breakfast. And then after all that shopping, we were a little tired. So we went to a Chinese buffet. And this particular buffet, a lot of buffets have crab legs out in the buffet, but this one doesn't. You have to buy it separately. And I really can't eat at the buffet anymore. And it would be really hard for me to see all the foods I used to eat with the sugary sauces and the fried coatings and not have any. So I thought, why not ask if I can just get the crab legs separately from the dinner and pay the extra price? And they said yes. So I got the crab legs by themselves and a Diet Pepsi. And I really try not to drink diet drinks because they have all kinds of artificial sweetener, which are not that good for you. But again, I'm not going to be, what's the word, obsessive about things, because that's where I've always failed. I've denied myself and denied myself and denied myself until I can't stand it anymore and eat something really bad for me. So I kind of wanted a little bit of a treat besides the crab legs. So I had a Diet Pepsi. I mean, not the best idea, but it could have been worse. My attitude of not being too obsessive is working. I've lost 5 pounds in 2 weeks, eating very healthy, very balanced, and mostly whole foods. So an occasional Diet Pepsi isn't really going to be that big of a deal. And I'm not rationalizing. It's an extreme moderation. I might have it once or twice a week, and it's diet with no sugar. Anyway, since you have to pay extra for the crab legs, it helps because it's measured. That's 1 pound of crab legs that I had. That's what 1 pound looks like on the plate. And there's a little bowl of butter beside it. You can see my Diet Pepsi too. I had as little butter as I could. I just dipped a little corner of the crab legs in the butter. It was really hard cracking those shells because I can only move from the elbow down. I don't have a lot of strength, but I did it. It took a while. So that was my lunch. That wasn't too bad. That's pretty high protein and pretty healthy. And then I had to go to Walmart So when I got home, I wasn't really hungry. I was really tired and I was in a lot of pain because, you know, I pushed the cart with one arm and I grab stuff with one arm, but just the walking, the every step is jarring my joint and it just really hurts. So I wasn't feeling too good when I came home, so I didn't have a lot of appetite. So I had one of my Atkins bars with milk. And believe it or not, I found some Atkins bars that have 0 grams of sugar. It's amazing. It doesn't taste that good. It's high protein. Again, I really try not to eat this stuff. I don't think artificial sweeteners are good for you. I don't like processed food. But once again, this is better than eating something quick like some carby food that other people have around the house. I have to be prepared for when I really want a treat or something quick. And I think that's why it's working this time because I understand that about myself. I understand that I cannot eat eggs and carrot sticks day after day all the time and be okay with it. Once in a while, I want a treat. So I prepared for that. I thought carefully. I read labels really carefully. And I have treats ready for those times. And it's working. Strategy of work is working, of being balanced, not being obsessive about anything, and not being too hard on myself because that has never worked. And I love this phrase, if nothing changes, nothing changes. If I continue in my old habits, I'm not going to lose weight. I need to change my way of doing things. So my obsessive ways I used to have in the past would only cause me to one day, you know what? I just can't do this anymore. I have to have a treat. And I would invariably eat something not too good for me. So by planning for treats and having them occasionally, I've been able to stick with the no sugar, no gluten. As I said, this is rare. I'll show them next time because it's not written on the bar, it's written on the box and I threw the box away. But I have some, I just haven't put it away yet. But when I get it out, I'll show it in my next video. It says 0 grams of sugar. And it wasn't easy to find something that had 0 grams of sugar, but I found it. And when I'm really tired, really in pain, really in a hurry, I can grab one of those. They're also not that cheap. They're like $1 each, which that's a lot for me. But it's cheaper than a $2 kids meal in the drive-through. So that was my dinner. Not the best one. And after I ate that, I still was a little hungry later. It's like, what a surprise. So I really tried to eat healthy the next time I ate. So what I ate was I had 2 celery sticks with hummus. And as I said, I'm not really, there's only like a little stick of one in there because I already ate the other one. I was so hungry. I took the picture a little late. And then I had the other 3 ears of corn from the other day from a package. And I had it with a little bit of, but there's a little pat of butter on that plate. It's laying on my computer. Shows you how tired I was. I didn't even take my computer off the little table. I just put the on top. That's so bad. But I was really tired. That was a long day for me with the pain that I'm in. So I had 3 half ears of corn and a little bit of butter. And then I was still kind of hungry for dessert for some reason. So I had another snack pack pudding, sugar-free. I was again on my computer. That's bad. I was so tired I couldn't even put my computer away. But anyway, I did okay, I think. I did get some vegetables in, some good quality protein. So I hope to do better tomorrow. Okay, bye.